nice to see you on this fine day. So, this is a little bit of a different video than what I've ever done on here before. It's definitely, sorry, excuse the lipstick, definitely the spookiest thing I've ever done. Okay, ignore the teeth, but this is the look that I created today, and this is a vampire. This is like if the Real Housewives of Transylvania were to have an audition, this is probably how I would dress, you know what I'm saying? So this is like your glam vampire, but Elena on the Vampire Diaries, when she loses her humanity and goes a little bit nutso, or Damon on the everyday basis, you know? Kind of get the blood veins under you because you're hungry. Obviously, I just ate me some people, I don't know. So this is like a glammy, spooky, vampire-y look. I do think the eyes, like minus all this, is very pretty and it's very easy to do. It's very easy, not a lot of stuff, and you can do this at home unless you just want to go buy some teeth. And the hair, that's a different story. I was going for that sleek back Real Housewives of Transylvania look, but it backfired on me. So this is the final look that we got, and keep watching the video if you want to see how I get this vampire glam look. Okay guys, to start we're going to prime the face, and I'm just so excited for today's look, and I'm going to be using the the Wet n Wild matte primer. And anywho, I'm just so excited to get in with today's look, but we're just going to prime mainly in the large pore area that I have. For my foundation today, I want to use something that washes me out the most, and all that, like when you think of a vampire, like they're dead, so you want to go is not like our skin tones are all different, so you don't want to, I don't want to say fair as you can, but whatever washes you out. And what does that for me is this Urban Decay shade 2.5. It is too light for me, and it gives me no like color, you know what I'm saying? So it just keeps me really washed out, and I'm almost out of this stuff. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that and I'm just gonna apply it all over my face, and as you can see, it is just super light. So go to like your true color, but maybe a shade lighter, you know what I'm saying? But this is a really good foundation, by the way, other than the fact that this is too light for me. I had this in more of my fair days back in the day, which I mean, I'm still pretty fair, but see, it just like washes me out like really bad. No color, no life, because I am dead and I am a vampire. For concealer, I'm also going to use something that's too light for me, is the Shape Tape Concealer in Fair Beige. And we don't even, like, highlighting is important, but I'm actually going to go in with something a little bit different to really highlight. These are to just get rid of these dark circles that we're really about to recreate with eyeshadow, and that's why I say like concealer is not that important, because the bags and the dark circles under your eyes, we are going to make those happen once again, because we are tired, we are a vampire, we are hungry, and we haven't slept in years. So that's the kind of look you're going for with the vampire look. So I am covering up my dark circles that I got going on under here, but only to recreate them. I'm also getting rid of these little bumpity bumps. I'm now going to go into my Anastasia Cream Contour Palette, and I'm going to get, this is in the light palette, and I'm going to go into the shade Fair up here. As you can see, it is Well Loved, and I'm just going to take that in with my beauty sponge, and we're just going to kind of bring that out to really highlight this under eye. And I know we're going to create the bags, but those are going to be more under the eye and the veins and all that, but this is to like just make it look like porcelain almost, you know what I'm saying? I almost thought about doing like a look where it was like half like hungry, veiny, bloody vampire, and then the other half like the polished, you know, like perfect vampire that we see, like, you know, in the movies, I guess. Also gonna highlight the forehead a little bit, because I mean there's not gonna be bags under here. I just want us to look so washed out that it hurts. I'm also gonna put some of that contour down here. And I know I said we want to look washed out, but I also want to look sculpted and like snatched, you know, because if I'm a vampire, I better be a good looking vampire if I'm gonna be dead. So I'm going to go into the shade Java right here in this Anastasia palette, and it may be a little bit dried out. I haven't used this in a hot minute. With like a firm brush and just lightly sculpt, because we're not really going to use bronzer. So this is just going to give us that those defined cheekbones, you know. And we're going to kind of buff that out as we add that, and buff that into the hairline. slightly snatch the nose. Now I'm going to go back into that beauty sponge and go back into that fair color, and we're going to make sure this is like kind of snatched looking down here before we put some powder. And now I hate this powder. I've told this before. This is the Revolution Luxury Baking Powder in the shade Ghost, but it just, I don't know, I don't like it, but I'm going to see, since it's so white, I really want it to look washed out. I'm going to see how it goes on if I just apply it and then take it, like blend it out. Just take it right off, you know what I'm saying? Just to like, I know it's a baking powder, but I want to see if it'll set. Okay, it doesn't look too dusty. Let's see if we can do the other side. So I'm just applying it and sweeping it as I apply. See how it just kind of gives it that super light effect? Okay. See, I'm not mad at that. I'm a little nervous to apply it to the under eye, but we're gonna try. Just going in with like a super light hand. Just applying it because we want to look so, I know we're not a ghost, but we want to look ghosty because, you know, we're dead. I'm wiping it right off. Okay, that wasn't as bad. Every time I've let it like sit on there to actually do its job and bake, it ends up looking just so bad and so just like choppy. It better not start acting up right now. Now we're gonna go ahead and do our brows, and I'm gonna be using this NYX brow pencil in the shade Soft Brown, and then I'm also going to use this brow gel to set them from Maybelline, and I have loved this stuff. I haven't used it in a while though, so I'm just gonna go fill in my brows, and then I'll be back, and I'm gonna kind of make them really sleek. Okay, so now I have those brows done, and I kind of have them like really gelled in to look very like vampy, I guess you could call it. So now we're gonna start digging in the eyes, which are going to be a crucial part in this look. So there are like several different routes you can take when you do like a vampy look, like the red and the black, or like, I don't know, there's just different things. You can do like the classic look, but I think I want to do red. Like I want the top of it to be very like dark yet very classy looking, but the bottom I want it to be kind of like, I'm hungry. So the very first thing, sorry that was really horrible, the very first thing I want to do is very bold, but I'm going to go into this like crimson red shade right here in the Jaclyn Hill Original Morphe palette, and that's going to be our crease shade. It's going to go into that a little lightly. Oh, I got some on my nose, great. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to start doing that in the crease, but we're gonna go kind of tall with it, okay? And we're gonna create a little fun shape with it. So I'm barely putting any product on it, and I'm going in super lightly. And I'm just gonna windshield that out to blend. I'm gonna go a little deep, and we're gonna go into this second to last shade in the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is like a smoky grayish black color, and I think that's perfect for what I'm shooting for today. And this is gonna go a little bit lower than that shade, and these shades are gonna play together on the bottom lash line as well. But see, it's like it's not a black, but it's also not, it's not a gray either. I kind of work that all below that red shade. I want the top to be kind of glammy, you know, a little bit. I'm going to not necessarily carve out the crease, because this is not going to be a cut crease look, but we are going to semi cut the crease. So I'm going to take some concealer. Sorry, I'm dropping everything. And that's because I want to do kind of a lighter shade at the base down here. Just because we are going to do a kind of a fun wing, and I don't want the light shade to be totally invisible in regard to this like deep smoky shade. But I am going to blend the light shade into that deep shade. So this is just to give the light shade that I'm going to use a moment. Now I have that concealer blended out, nothing too special. I'm going to go into this shade Decade right here in the KKW and Mario palette, but any kind of just neutral light shade would be perfect for this. And this is just like, I want to kind of make it a little bit more vampire glam, hungry vampire glam. And so I'm just going to apply that all over that concealer, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to blend it in better with a different brush. So I'm going to kind of just blend around the edges right here with this plain brush that has nothing on it. One more time, I'm going to tap back into that deep gray shade and just go around the outer edges. Now we have to line the waterline with the black liner, and my favorite liner of all time is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On in Perversion. This is the best black ever. And so I'm just lining all the water lines, top and bottom. Now we are going to wing out the liner, and I want it to be really thick and kind of dramatic. So it's really hard for me to do it with one hand, so I'm going to have to use two, because I have wrinkly eyelids. And so to bring it out to like where your eyebrow ends. When I want to go thick, I like to start thick and then like just get thicker. And not start too thick though. And then I'll just connect it up here. And I just find that to be the easiest way. And then you can just fill in the space. And just kind of like wisp it out at the end to make sure you get like a precise tip. And if you mess up, you can just go back with concealer and a little brush and like make sure it's straight. So those wings are done, and I think the top looks absolutely stunning. It's actually like what I was seeing in my brain, but now we get to mess up at the bottom, which is gonna be so fun. So we're kind of gonna create bags under our eyes, pretty much, if we're being honest. But I want to kind of balance off what we did on the top. So I'm going to first go back into this crimson shade from the Morphe palette, and it's going to get pretty low down here, so it's okay to use a little bit of a thicker brush. And if you get too far over here, we can just like, we're kind of like rounding it out, so it's okay to like hit that liner, because I can just go back over it with some more black liner. And now we're gonna go into that deep gray shade, which is gonna be like the main shade to give you those like under eye bags. Actually, I want to use a different, more of a precise, a little bit smaller brush. Yeah, right there. So we are tired, we are sleepy, we are hungry, we've been awake for centuries. We've basically been, if you've watched the Vampire Diaries, you know when Elena first turns, oh, we feel like that right now. Kind of fan it out to where it doesn't look super choppy, so it's okay to like bring it lower, but just make sure you're kind of pulling it out to keep it from just looking like a perfect, these are under eye bags, not Chanel. We have both of those under eye bags. I look so tired, which I am, so this is not inaccurate. And so there are like so many different options of ways you can do this, and I tested out some different ways, but what I have found to look real, I wanted to use a little bit of a red and a little bit of that deep color to kind of create the veins, because like, I don't know, it just kind of gives you the effect that like some are about to pop out kind of thing. So I like to take this brush, and this is what you have seen me use on here before for my eyebrows. It's just a super precise angled brush, and I like, before you do it, make sure that it's as close as it can be together. If you have a tinier, more pencil-y, just very delicate brush, I would use that. I pulled the bristles, if you want to call it that, together to make it where it's like more like a pencil. And so I'm gonna go into that red shade right here, and the key to getting this looking like actual veins is to be kind of squiggly with it and to not pull up and go down. So like if you pull up and go down, it can get like, I'm trying to show, like I don't know, kind of blotchy. Whereas if you drag your hand, if you can see this, it'll look more real. And I'm going to do it a little bit thinner than that, but that was a horrible example. But see, you don't want to lift up and back down because it'll get blotchy. So I'm going to start up here, even though you won't really be able to see it, and then I'm going to create like a little squiggly pattern going down. Good. So just make sure you're pulling. I don't want to give it too much of a perfect pattern because then it'll look like, I don't know, like you staged it. Sorry to keep like doing this. I'm trying to like squinch up. Now that we have those bloody veins under there, I'm going to go back into that deep dark shade and create just a few, like almost going to look like a shadow going alongside some of them. Looks like I'm tracing the outer lining of some of them. Take a little bit of powder, and this is the Ulta Beauty Mineral Veil, like the slightest bit on my little sponge, and we're gonna kind of just dab over that just to kind of make them look a little bit more blended in. You know what I'm saying? Not so shadowy. It still has a little bit of that foundation left on it, and so I'm just trying to like blot a little bit. I'm gonna go back into that gray shade under there and put that under eye. Kind of cover up a little bit more of those veins where they start, but just slightly. I'm gonna go ahead and do my lashes. I'm just gonna put on a little bit of mascara, and then I'm gonna put on these falsies that just kind of fan out ever so slightly to kind of give us a little bit more of a classy vampire look. And I don't have a very deep dark lip liner, so we's about to kind of make one. First, I'm just gonna line my lips with this color from NYX. It's called Lip Caviar, and I'm just using this so I can see where the lines of my lips are. This Buxom shade in Menace, this is what I wanted to use. This melted in my car a hot minute ago, so I'm about to take this with this little flat end of a brush, and we're gonna kind of brush this around from the outer line of the lip in. Not fully in, but it's kind of like creating like a dark to light look. You'll see. So I'm gonna go into this NARS shade. Oh, the shade's missing. It's scratched off. Okay, well this is like a red shade. Any kind of red will do. I'm gonna put this on the inner part of the lip. I'm gonna go back over where that kind of took over that purple. Blending that purpley shade into that red. Okay, so for the blood, I kind of did a little practice run. It was a little bit different last night, but I have this stuff. It's lip tar, and it's a matte lip tar, and it's from Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics. This came from Sephora a few years ago, so they may not have this brand anymore, but you can buy fake blood. Okay, so if you can't find any kind of like lip tar or deep liquid lipstick will work, like a burgundy bloody color, but I'm also going to take that lip tar because it's kind of dark and mix it with this Morphe Hot Shot, and I'm just going to put this on this little piece of plastic, okay, and I'm going to try not to get that lip tar on my Morphe thing, and then I'm just going to mix them together with this little spongy brush. So I'm going to take that, a little bit more of the liquidy part, and I'm going to put that on the back of my pinky. Let's see, actually I may not do that. Get with this little spongy brush, and I'm going to like make it look like we just ate. So I'm just going to drag this. This is mainly the darker shade now, but it's okay. I got to go on the lip a little bit. Make it look like it just came out of my mouth. That was a good little snack. Create that real like bloody effect. So my main tip on this is to not pull it, is to just dab it on there with some type of sponge or even like the back of your fingernail to keep it that like sticky dried blood look rather than wet lipstick look, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so now I'm gonna go fix my hair and try to put my teeth in, and then I'll be right back. Woo, here I am, guys. There's a little lipstick in my little vampire teeth and in my real teeth. So the teeth, I could not find where I got them. I got them from Party City, and it came with some stuff that you were supposed to boil, kind of like denture glue, which you can also use that. I think I accidentally threw that away. Oh goodness, these are a lot. So I used some toothpaste. It does not work to hold them in. I'm just holding them in momentarily with the toothpaste, and I'm kind of not opening my mouth. So this is the final look. I'm going to take these out for a moment, okay? If you have a party to go to, I would definitely not lose the glue that you're supposed to use if you didn't hear that. And I took some coconut oil. I wanted to do like a sleek back look, you know, like a vampire would do, I think. But that obviously is not working. I need to put a little bit more time and effort in. This is like a 2-second ordeal right here. But overall, I think the look is very spooky and like scary kind of thing. And so I'm here for it, and I love it. Okay, you may not love it. I think it looks very glam, but very scary, kind of, if you want to go for both. So yeah, I hope you liked this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and hit that subscribe button. I post new videos 3 times a week, and I would love to see you back here. And so without further ado, have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!